So what I decided that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna completely and utterly strip the Nissan Sentra SER with the SR20 DE swap in it. Now I do follow a lot of fellow SER owners and 200SX Nissan owners. From experience and from watching a lot of people and from being around these cars for a very long time, I can assure you one thing. Usually when you add boost to the SR20 DE, depending on how much boost you add to it, the engine usually tends to blow. And a lot of these guys that I've been watching have gone through 2 or 3 and sometimes even 4 SR20 motors. And I can tell you this right now, guys, I don't make enough money off of YouTube to buy 4 different motors when I could easily just coyote swap the Reaper. So yeah, so what I decided to do is I'm gonna go NA with a SR20 DE engine. Now you guys need to keep in mind this engine is making around 160 to 170 horsepower bone stock as it is, which, considering the weight that this car is and the weight that we're gonna make this car, which is why we're stripping it, that is a lot of horsepower. The car currently is weighing about 2,300 pounds, which is extremely light for 170 horsepower. You can kind of equate that to maybe a hatchback Civic EG or even an EK. Now don't think that I'm not going to touch this engine. Of course, actually, freaking cat, dude, I swear to God, man, the engine will be getting worked on. I'm going to do as much as I can to the engine to keep it NA, but at the same time try to bump up the horsepower. I at least want between 180 to 200 horsepower on this car. Now, speaking of weight wise, I want to push the limits of this car. I want to take it as low and I want to make it as light as possible. This is already, as you guys can see, a very tiny little car. So right now we're sitting at 2,300 pounds. I want to take the car to 2,200 or even lower. Now what we're about to do today is we're going to easily strip between 60 to 80 pounds off of this car. Now, considering that with 160 horsepower plus all the mods that I'm going to add to keep it NA, but at the same time bump up the horsepower, I think we're going to have ourselves a nice little contender. I know you guys have already seen the footage. If you haven't seen it, just browse through my channel where this little car beat the Crown Vic, and I also beat a 5.7 Daytona Charger, not the 6.1 SRT8. I beat a 5.7 by half a car with this little car. So that on its own is pretty fast. Now imagine it being 80 pounds lighter and on top of that with about 20 something more horsepower. So without further ado, let's go ahead and gut this little Sentra. Let's go ahead and open it up. We're gonna rip this car apart to the bare metal, to the bare minimum. This car is going to be nothing but a complete and total metallic shell. We're going to remove the carpet, we're going to remove the panels, we're going to remove everything. But now, if you guys are Nissan Sentra SER purists like myself, all of these things I'm going to keep in a spare room. I'm going to try to keep it as organized and as nice as possible. Look at this freaking cat. You guys think I make this up? I tell you, man, as soon as I come out to do some work on anything, she is like all up on my grill, dude. Look at this. Anyways, like I said, I'm gonna keep everything as pristine as I can, and it's gonna be in its own room in case I ever want to put it back. That's what we're gonna do. It looks like she's gonna climb up. Here we go. She's getting ready. Oh, she caught me. So without further ado, now that I give you guys a quick rundown, let's go ahead and strip this bad boy and expose its guts. So, kitty cat, you're gonna help me out? Let's get right into it. All right, now removing the chairs, removing everything in this car is going to be extremely easy. This car feels like it was literally made out of Lego parts. Everything is so easy to just completely pull apart. It feels like, I swear to God, it feels like a toy car. You guys are going to see how easy this car is to rip apart. So the chair alone is being held just down by 4 basic bolts. So we're going to go ahead and remove this chair. Then we're going to make our way to the back seat and then so on. So let's get this chair out of the way. All right, now that we got the passenger side chair removed. Like I said, we're going to try to keep all this stuff as pristine as we can. Eventually I will be installing a racing seat as well, just to keep it lighter and to make the look a little bit better of the car. Now removing the rear sofa right here, the rear bench seat, is super easy. Like I said, these cars feel like they were made out of like Lego. If you notice, in each side, on the right and on the left, there's these little tabs right here. See? All you got to do is pull the tab up right there and pull the tab on this side as well. And just like that, our bench seat comes off. And holy crap, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it looks like this thing is filthy. Actually, it is. I can't wait to kind of go through all this crap later on and see what kind of shit I find, because this car kind of belonged to some sketchy ass person before I got it, but it's all good. We'll get a good look through there soon enough. Now removing the rear headrest is just as easy as it was with this, man. Literally, all it's being held down, it's two hooks. This thing like hooks on. All you got to do is with one hand, look at that. You just lift it right off and it comes right off. And as you guys can see, in literally probably less than 10 minutes, we've almost completely entirely stripped the Nissan Sentra out. Next up, we got to unscrew the center console. That's what we got the drill for. And then we're going to go hit the side panels as well and the carpet. I don't know if Publix will have any. We got kind of like the whole pretty much that center console area removed. Next up, we're gonna go hit the side panels right here, and all it is just a bunch of screws going right down the middle. This car is gonna be crazy as hell when I'm done with it, guys. Remember, it's all about the vision. It isn't necessarily what you see at hand, it's what the potential that it could be. And that's what I see. I see the potential this car has, and I'm going for it. You know, it never ceases to amaze me how simple these Japanese cars really are. Alright guys, so like you saw, my camera died, unfortunately. So this is day 2, and I have gotten a lot done. I've actually almost pretty much completely gutted the car. And before I show you guys a quick before and after of what the car actually looks like, I forgot to mention a couple other things. I'm not too sure. I might have to go back and recheck if I mentioned this or not, but I will be also getting a carbon fiber hood. In my whole mission and my whole goal to make this car either 2,000 pounds or under 2,000 pounds, hopefully 2,000 pounds. I know it's been done before, so I know it's possible. I will be going carbon fiber hood. Another thing that I will be doing is I'm going to be removing the rear windows as well, and I'm going to be replacing them with plexiglass, and I'm going to install a NACA duct as well. Maybe sometime in the future, depending if I can figure out exactly how to do it, I might actually replace the rear windshield as well with plexiglass. That window is going to go as well, and I will also be going carbon fiber trunk as well. A good friend of mine, you guys might hear me mention this guy a lot. His name is Viper Sill. He actually managed to source out for me a carbon fiber hood and a trunk, so that is also part of the whole weight saving. As now I'm gonna go ahead and open up the car, and we're gonna do a quick before and after. All right, and there you guys have it, the finished product. The car has been completely, entirely stripped. Next up, like I said, we will be removing the rear windows. We're going to replace this with plexiglass, and we're going to install a NACA air duct as well. Also, we will be removing the passenger side window and the driver's side window as well. We're going to install a racing net as well to reduce weight. Eventually, we'll replace the stock driver's side seat. I'm going to get a full-blown racing seat, which should be a little bit more comfortable and more lighter as well. All right, so we are in a spare room here in my house where, like I said, I'm keeping these extra parts for now. I might actually sell them. If I can't get somebody to buy them, then I'll just get rid of them. But we're going to go down the list, and here we go. These both these back seats right here, you're looking at 10 pounds. Both the door panels right here, now believe it or not, these are actually heavy as hell. You're looking at 40 pounds between the both of them. The passenger side seat is 48 pounds. Now the floor mats along with the carpeting in total is about 10 pounds. And of course the miscellaneous between the carpeting, the car jack, the seatbelt brackets, trunk carpeting, all of that stuff is a total whopping of 30 pounds. So the total weight stripped from the car today was 138 pounds. Now currently, without my big ass sitting in it, this car is weighing 2,162 pounds. And then once we make our way to both the windows, we're gonna look at a total weight loss of the car of a super light 2,102 pounds. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's your boy, Mr. Random. Stay tuned for the next episode of this build series right here. Like I said, we're going to be removing the windows. We're going to be installing the race NACA air ducts. We're going to be removing these windows as well, installing the race mesh as well. So make sure you guys keep a lookout for that video. I'll catch you guys in the next one.